Hello and welcome to Rail Gunner 11, as today we're here to talk about the Rugby World Cup, as it's about to happen in Japan. Today we do have New Zealand v South Africa though, which will be a fixture of one of the opening weekend fixtures. Unfortunately it is from Rugby Challenge 3, so I do apologise on there on updated teams. I couldn't be bothered to do it myself. But anyway, if you do want to watch the game in the background, good luck to you. So, who are the most likely ones to win it? Well, there's of course the reigning champions, the All Blacks, who have won it in the past 2 times, and of course they won the first one back in the 1980s. But they aren't, having been number 1 in the world for over 10 years in the world rankings. Wales now took their position only a month ago, before Wales were defeated by Ireland twice, for Ireland to take up the top spot of the world rankings. Although many do not say that the world rankings count, and many say that to be the best rugby world team you must beat New Zealand, who are known as the best team. Ireland did do that back in November, but they have not done it since. Yes, so Ireland of course are ones to look out for to win it, but as I just said, Ireland aren't expected to win it because of reasons that they had a poor performance in the Six Nations by being defeated by England at home and then losing to Wales away, who won the Grand Slam, where they only managed to get a try after 80 minutes, which is kind of a miracle. So it's been one of the worst times in their life they've been whitewashed. So after New Zealand, of course, with New Zealand then, they of course would be the main favourites, having won the last World Cup, although many could speculate now that they're not the best in the world, having lost to South Africa in the autumn, and then drew with them in the friendlies upcoming, and of course they've lost to Australia by over 40 points. That was a big surprising one. And New Zealand aren't really having the best of World Cup terms this year. But anyway, many would signal that Australia would also be the next in line, maybe, saying that they have beaten the All Blacks by quite a bit after really a poor performance in the start of the season of the year. But they've had a poor year really, having lost to Wales away by a very close margin, where neither team scored a try, then lost to England away again in the autumn, where they got thrashed, and then a poor start to the year games against New Zealand, Argentina and South Africa, before them beating New Zealand at home in a huge surprise to what was really the world. Then, after them, you have the youngsters of South Africa, who have at least started to appeal like they could beat anyone. After beating New Zealand in the autumn and then draw with them in the friendlies, warm-up games I should say, for the World Cup, they look very good. They're a very good team to watch, and will be a very good one to watch across the World Cup. A very exciting one. Then let's go back up to the Northern Hemisphere, not with Ireland this time, but let's go with Wales. Grand Slam champions, with their longest winning run ever, with 14 games in a row, before losing to England at home, away. But then again, even though they've won the Grand Slam and they've basically gone into the Rugby World Cup warm-up cycle, Rugby World Cup with 14-match winning streak. In the warm-up games, unfortunately, they lost 3, 2 against Ireland away and home, and of course England, as I just previously said, away, and only 1-1 at home against England. While many would speculate, well, after their previous performances against England and Ireland respectively, it is also known that their head coach Warren Gatland, who it is his last World Cup, does like to send his teams into any big game, really, making them the underdogs, because that is where Wales thrive, if I may say it myself, as they are one of the great, as they seem to get, as what the word would be called, they think too much of themselves, that's the way I say. So this would be is a positive to Gatland's men, really, seeing as those that they have just lost the previous 3 out of 4 games, meaning that even though they've been in before the last 14 games before that, they've beaten nearly every top team in the top 10 except for New Zealand. It's pretty good. Because if they can get on that 14-match winning streak again, I'm pretty sure that nobody would speculate that they couldn't be able to beat New Zealand in a final in Japan. Then we go on to the neighbours, and what you probably could be a fact, just not an opinion, the most hated team in England and in the world, England. Even though they won the World Cup back in 2003, are they ready to win it again? Eddie Jones seems to think that his men can go on to win it, but can they really? They've got a hard group to go through in the World Cup, although they should be able to get into the knockout stages, as last time in their own home World Cup they got knocked out by Wales and Australia. Sorry. Sorry for the laugh there, I'm gone. So then again, you could say, well, England, they've gone into their warm-up games, they've won nearly everyone, I think. They lost to Wales away, but they beat them at home, looking definitely the winners and the better team in that game, before losing to Wales away in a very strong, very good game. And if you are watching the gameplay, it seems New Zealand just taking the lead, is it? Spoiler alert. It's the only lead that happens in this stage. So then you've got the lesser teams which you don't really expect to win the World Cup then. You've got Argentina, who never do look like the team which can win a World Cup, because they don't seem... You don't think they could really beat New Zealand or Wales. And then you've got the host Japan, maybe. Could you put them up in that tier of people who could win it? Well, it's their home World Cup, because they've got a very good team. You've got Scotland then. One of the home countries. Oh, sorry, different countries. Home nations. Could they win it? They've won, well, they lost to France in their warm-up games before beating them at home. They've had a strong World Cup cycle across the last 4 years. They only lost out to Australia in the quarterfinals last year by a very small margin. Who do I think will win it? Wales, which I think will get a lot of speculation. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you like and subscribe. Goodbye.